today we're finally going to be filming that Q&A. I posted ages ago on my community tab asking you guys for questions that you actually wanted the answers to. Because last time I filmed the Q&A, a couple of you guys were a little bit upset that I didn't talk about things that you wanted me to talk about. I screenshotted a bunch of the questions from that post. I'm gonna try and answer the most commonly asked questions. If you're new here, hi, hello. I usually am this boring. I want to give the disclaimer that I'm not usually this boring and my videos are usually more exciting than this. They're really not. We're gonna talk a lot in this video, so maybe grab a snack. Everyone always says that when I do Q&As. I hope you don't get too bored. A question that was asked a lot is, why do I have a roommate? Can you please explain? Yes, I can. I think maybe Samantha moving in seemed very abrupt and random because I, as a vlogger, have not done a great job of vlogging my life in the past, honestly, since I moved to Florida. I would say it's been a solid year and a half since I've been really good at vlogging everything. I know I don't have to vlog everything in my life, but this is my job. This is what I choose to do. This is something that I find enjoyable most of the time. I'll get into why I haven't been vlogging everything in a little, but I think I've talked about how me and Samantha met and how we became friends in previous videos. Honestly, I don't remember things I've told you versus things I haven't told you. Me and Samantha met on Omegle when I was doing an Omegle video back in like 2020. She watched my videos and we met on Omegle. I followed her on her socials and I kind of just kept up with her, or we kept up with each other. And then in December of last year, I noticed that she was going through some stuff. I reached out to her to make sure she was okay. We had exchanged DMs here or there over the year or so that we had known each other, but December is when we started like actually talking. And then in January we decided to go to Disney because she works at Disney. We've kind of just been best friends ever since. I ended up moving to Nashville. She ended up moving back to Tennessee. We both just really needed somebody. Me and Samantha are so alike in so many ways. We have the same name. Our names are Samantha Joe. We like the same things. We share common interests and hobbies. One of the things that I told myself I was going to be better at is making friends. I don't need a huge group of friends. I've been lonely for as long as I can remember. I'm an introvert. I don't enjoy socializing. My social battery is very small. For years, I let that keep me from making any friends other than ones that I had by default from back home. When I was getting ready to leave Florida, I realized I really hadn't made many friends until right before I left. Hanging out with Samantha, it just felt so natural and not forced and easy. I didn't want me being an introvert to like push her away or not let myself have a friend, and I knew I needed a friend. As hard as it was gonna be to put myself out there to make a friend, I knew I needed somebody. You need a good girlfriend in your life that lives close to you. All of my friendships have been long distance, so having Samantha live close to me in the same house as me has been really great, and we live our own lives, we do our own thing. It's nice having somebody there when you want someone to talk to, because I've learned going through things alone is miserable. I knew moving to Florida was gonna be hard because I was moving away from home. It was the first time that I was too far away from home to run back to home, if that makes sense. I went through some tough stuff in Florida. Honestly, it was just a year of realizations of growing up. I want to say of figuring myself out, but I have not figured myself out yet. And that's okay. Going through those things alone was miserable. I learned that I don't want to do that anymore. I've actually made a lot of friends. It's just Samantha lives with me and is really close to me. Honestly, she's my best friend. I love her. I want to give her a hug. I'm sure you'll see so much more of Samantha. One of the things that I know I have to get better at is just filming more. Okay, I'm gonna read this question, but there was a lot of questions that were very similar. How has life in the new house been treating you? Do you like having a roommate? And how are your animals doing? It's a girthy question. I already talked about the whole roommate thing. I love Samantha. I love having her in my house. I love having her live with me. I love you, bitch. Oh my god. I don't want them to see me filming. They definitely saw what I was doing. They definitely saw me, and I'm trying to play it off, and I'm like using my hands a lot as I film to try and explain, like, do you see me getting red? I'm so fucking embarrassed. They're leaving. I just wanted to get a really cute video of them and post it and be like, if this is your family, here's this video of you guys, because you guys are the cutest fucking family I've ever seen. They're walking past the car, so I'm having to be very extra and very vocal, make it seem like I was doing something else with my phone, you know what I mean? Like I was doing something that wasn't filming them. Like right now I'm holding it up again to try and be nonchalant. My windows are also tinted and I'm facing a children's park with my camera filming people. You know, I understand it doesn't look good. What was I talking about? Before we continue on with this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to Native for sponsoring this video. I just got back from traveling and I have all of my Native stuff with me because I bring it with me everywhere I go. I'm sure you guys have seen a Native around, whether it be in Target or other influencers talking about Native. I've been using Native for years at this point. This right here is my favorite deodorant. It's their coconut and vanilla deodorant. The exciting part that I have to share with you guys is their deodorant packaging is now 100% plastic free. I have 3 different ones. The formula of the deodorant is exactly the same. The packaging is just now 100% plastic free and earth friendly. Mother Nature will thank you for using this deodorant. It's made with 90% post-consumer recycled paper. Native is a proud partner of 1% for the planet. They commit 1% of all of the sales from their plastic free deodorants to different environmental nonprofits. I love the texture of these. They're not sticky at all. It also dries super quickly, so you don't have to sit there and fan your armpits for like 9 years. As always, they're aluminum free and paraben free. Listen to this. They give you 72-hour odor protection, which includes after you exercise. The 3 scents that I have are coconut, vanilla, lilac, and white tea. This is the first time I've been trying out the sensitive one, which is the cotton and lily, and I've really been liking it. The packaging and everything is exactly the same as a regular deodorant. You just push it up. That smells so good. They always have new limited edition and sensitive scents being released all the time. The sensitive ones are made without baking soda and they're also vegan. Their new magnesium oxide active and their coconut oil based formula is their strongest ever with 72 hours of odor protection. 3 of these plastic free deodorants would be $39. If you guys use my link and code SamanthaJo1, you'll get them for $26, so that's over 33% off. Also with my code, you guys can get 20% off any body wash or toothpaste. I'm obsessed with their body washes. So make sure you guys check out those links in the description box and use my code SamanthaJo1. You guys want to get those savings. Huge thank you to Native for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to the questions that you've all been waiting for. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I've talked about it so many times. Stickers is not doing the greatest. Obviously she hasn't been doing the greatest for a while, but she has ups and downs. I'm gonna call the vet tomorrow. Because they're closed currently, and kind of ask for a quality of life check and to have her blood work ran, because for the past week she has just started to throw up a lot, which isn't something she has done. And they do say that from all of the times that I've spoken with vets, they say that towards the end when you're dealing with kidney failure, they start to throw up a lot because there's a lot of like toxins building up in their bodies. They'll typically stop eating, stop drinking, and basically stop going to the bathroom because their kidneys aren't working. Right now she's just throwing up, but it's quite frequently. She's still eating and still doing everything else. I'm aware I'm going to have to put her down at some point. Frequently checking in with vets to make sure that she's not in pain, she's not suffering. And something about the past week just hasn't felt great. And they do say that it's better to do it a week too early than a week too late because you don't want them to suffer for a week. And her throwing up just doesn't make me feel great. It's currently a Sunday and the vet's closed, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna call them. The house. So I love my house. I literally love it so much. I love Nashville, honestly. This is what's so weird about me right now. I'm 23 years old. I turn 24 next month. I understand that life in your 20s kind of sucks. You're figuring yourself out. You don't know who you are yet. You don't know who you want to be yet. Being in the social media realm, I'm constantly comparing myself to other creators. People have so much energy. They film everything. It seems like they're happy all the time. I understand that's probably not the case, but even if they're unhappy, they're able to put on that face and put out a video. People make 10 TikToks a day, well-produced TikToks a day. I thought for so long that I just had a terrible work ethic. Can we be better at admitting that about ourselves sometimes? Like, I don't have a good work ethic. I'm gonna put it out there. But I want to create more. Like, I want to post a bunch of TikToks. I want to take Instagram pictures. I want to be posting 2 vlogs a week and you guys know exactly what I'm doing, even though that might not be the healthiest. I want when I move next for you guys to feel like you went through this whole chapter with me, not that you guys got to see a page here or there. I'll have moments where I'm super motivated to do that, but then they go as fast as they come. I know a different one of the questions was like, do I ever regret my editing style or my types of videos being entertaining? No, because they're the type of videos that I like to watch, but at the same time, I do feel like I put too much pressure on myself to be funny. I feel like I can't just vlog my boring days, and I know what you're gonna say. Samantha, we don't care, we want to watch whatever you want to post. Logically, I understand that. I don't live the life that people live in LA. I don't live Caitlin Ray's crazy life. I'm boring as fuck. I am as mundane as it gets. If I'm just vlogging my regular life, I don't do a lot. I want to do more. I feel like I'm getting better at that, even though you guys don't get to see a lot of it. I didn't grow up documenting a lot of stuff, so my first thought when I'm doing stuff isn't to pull out a camera. I've been doing this full time since 2018. I feel like I'm burnt out. So many people on social media have these insanely creative minds. YouTube has changed a lot, by the way. Types of content that people want to consume has changed a lot. Not that many people want to sit and watch vlogs. I want to sit and watch vlogs. Some people don't. The types of content is just changing so much that it has affected me because I don't have that creative mind. I don't think of all these fun videos to come up with. I just vlog, and that's what I've always done. But I've watched YouTube since I was little, and there are eras on YouTube. Like, video styles come and go. Figuring out how to stay with what people want to watch, it's just stressful. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm burnt out. I don't know what to film. I feel like I have nothing interesting to say when I turn on a camera. Unfortunately, I can't take a break. In a sense, I feel like I've been taking a break because I barely film. You really don't know a lot of my life recently. Every time I turn on a camera to try and change that, like to vlog more, I'll film one clip and then that's it. Like, I don't pick up the camera anymore because I just can't be on camera. That's something I'm really working on right now, figuring out how to get out of that without taking a break, because the algorithm just does not allow you to stop posting YouTube videos for a month unless you're Emma Chamberlain. Plus, I don't want to ghost you guys for a month. I don't know that I know what my true personality is. I feel like my insecurities cover that a lot. You guys might not understand just how insecure I am. I hate the way I look 99% of the time. That's probably the other half of why I haven't filmed a lot, is because I've gained weight. It's embarrassing, even though it shouldn't be. My binge eating has been so bad, and I feel like that's what I say every time I come on here, is like, yeah, my binging has been so bad. No, it's been really freaking bad. I feel so gross all the time. Frustrated that I'm constantly going through these cycles. I never can seem to break out of them. I will say I have been working out more consistently in the past months than I have in a very long time, in a very healthy way where it's not too much working out, but you can work out all day and binge all night and you're never gonna see any changes. Not liking the way you look when you're putting yourself out there for hundreds of thousands of people to see it can be very terrifying, and people are mean. Usually people making comments about my weight does not get to me. I just hate how much my weight has held me back in my career, in my life. I see all these other people my age and they are living their best life without fear of people being mean to them because of their weight. I'm not saying I'm the only person that feels this way, but every time I see someone that has lost a significant amount of weight, like they were really heavy and then they become not heavy anymore, they always talk about how differently people treat them, how nicer people are just in your daily life out in public to thinner people. I've always been bigger, so I guess I don't notice it because that's just how it's always been, but I think of how many interactions I have on a daily basis that scare me because I think they're talking about my size, or that they're looking at my size, or maybe they wouldn't be my friend because of my size. I don't like to go out. Who's gonna want to talk to the chubby girl in the corner? It holds me back a lot, and then I get depressed about it, and then I eat because I'm depressed. It's not a very fun cycle to go in. I just woke up, so I couldn't look worse. I really wanted to mention something because I didn't talk about it. First of all, I cannot keep one track of thought throughout this entire video. It is painful. I'm really sorry. My point that I'm trying to make is a lot of my anxiety is centered around my weight. I feel like I have to be funny online because I have to be the funny fat girl. In my brain, I can't have the same content. And honestly, it's not even just in my brain. At the end of the day, you're treated differently as a plus size influencer versus a standard size influencer. If I was more conventionally attractive, I'd be able to come on here and make whatever freaking video I want and thrive. Because I feel like I have to come on and be funny in order for people to like me, I can't do that anymore. I've done it for years. I don't want to be the funny fat friend. In that, I feel like I've completely lost who I am. I've completely lost my personality. I see people come online and their personalities are just so naturally funny. Somebody will say something, could be anything, and people have naturally like witty responses and things to add to a conversation. Not even just influencers, like people in real life. I feel like because I've had to take on that role as the funny fat girl, because if we're gonna be honest, that's the only reason I got to where I am. I'm not saying I haven't always been a funny person. I was so outgoing in high school, would make everybody laugh. Me stepping into that role as the funny big girl on YouTube definitely, I feel like, put me in a box. And then because I saw how much people liked her, I've been so afraid of losing that. I kind of moved into her and became that character instead of just like me, and kept developing my character. I honestly kind of feel like I've been living, what's that word? Dissociating? Maybe that's not the right word. I kind of left my old character behind and just have moved forward in my life as Samantha Jo. I'm not saying I'm not funny or I'm not being genuine. I'm just saying that I stopped feeding myself. I put my whole worth in my online presence, my online persona, how I'm doing analytically compared to other creators. It's just, I want to be enough just as me, as who I am. I want to start putting more time and effort into me. Maybe that I'll have more to say when I turn on a camera. I'm filming a video right now about burnout. I turn the camera on and I actually have nothing to say. I find myself having the same conversations with the camera every single time. It doesn't feel genuine. It's not enjoyable. And if it's not enjoyable for me, there's no way it's enjoyable for you. I'm gonna stop talking because I talk a lot more about burnout and how I'm feeling in a video that I'm currently filming. I just want to be honest and real with you guys. I know you guys have noticed my videos. Honestly, like I said, in the past like year and a half have just been so different. It just seems like I'm clinging to what I know how to do because I don't have any more ideas, because I'm not feeding my brain in order for me to be creative. And then on top of that, struggling with like my eating disorder, my mental health. Being in your 20s and moving away from home for the first time, like I'm doing so much better, genuinely, but it's just off of a camera. I want to figure out how to bring my life back to a place where I'm filming a lot. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You guys are enjoying the content I'm making. I'm really done being the fat funny friend. I want to be me. I want to be myself. I know I can be, but I just don't know how to do that yet. I want to create something different and something unique and something that people are going to want to watch. Like, I don't know what's special about me or what's unique about me that's going to make me stand out. I also got to work on my work ethic. I can point out my flaws, don't worry. And I really need to get a good psychiatrist and therapist here, because I really feel like getting help with ADHD would just change my life. Hopefully that made it make a little more sense. Like why I was talking about my weight and everything, just because I feel like it has put me in such a box and in a category that I don't want to be in. But the only way out of that is to lose weight. And the only way to lose weight is to heal my eating disorder, because I can lose 80 pounds if I want to by not eating. I'm just gonna gain it back. We've learned this. I don't know. Love you. So many people online say don't judge yourself for your 20s. Like, your 20s suck. But I just don't want to look back at my 20s and think I didn't have any freaking fun. Like, I didn't do anything. Currently, it is day 4 of no binging, which is the longest I've gone in a very long time. I also haven't eaten out in 4 days, like no DoorDash, no anything, which for me is a really big accomplishment, because like I said, it's been months since I've gone that long without it. And I didn't even do it necessarily intentionally. I just have been cooking myself food. Who would have thunk it could be that easy? I could not even tell you what the original question was. That was absolute word vomit. I do apologize. Someone said, I'm gonna say what a lot of us have been thinking. Are you still in a relationship? I've seen the comments. Trust me, they're really hard not to see. I am still in a relationship. Over the past few months, I have just been trying to decide what I want that to look like on my channel. There are things that I'm just not going to talk about. I am in a relationship. That is just not something I'm going to be sharing on my platform anymore. I've learned a lot about having a public relationship, and it's just not healthy in my opinion. I think there's a difference between being in a relationship where both of you have social media but it's not your job and you post about it, versus having so many eyes on your relationship. I just don't think it's healthy. I admire people like Emma Chamberlain so much for how she has her relationships, but at the end of the day, I did share my relationship with you guys. It's natural that you're gonna ask. You're gonna want to know what happened. You care about me and I appreciate it. I'm sorry for not saying something sooner. I wanted to figure it out before I brought it to you guys. Obviously, if I get married, you'll see pictures of my wedding. If I have a baby, you're gonna want to know where it came from. You know what I mean? My relationship is just something that isn't gonna be online anymore. It's not something we want online anymore. I share so much of my life, and I intend on sharing so much of my life with you. That is just something that I want to have for myself without having so many people's criticism involved. Not saying you guys were all negative. It was my first time ever going public with a relationship. It's just not what I want, and I hope you respect that. I understand the concern. I am sorry that I didn't say anything sooner. Me right now is when I'm ready to talk about it. I appreciate all of you guys that have been very respectful about it. Like I said, I understand why you would want to know. It is something that I shared. Moving forward, my relationship is just not something that I intend on talking about online. Think of me like Emma Chamberlain. Private, but not secret. I might say the word boyfriend here or there. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that you guys just don't know and that you don't need to know. I'm asking you respect my privacy and that you respect his privacy. This is a decision that we made together. It's what we feel like is best for our relationship. It's not a secret, but it's just not something that is gonna be public. I'm gonna say this in the nicest way. If you can't respect that boundary that I'm putting out, like, hey, I tried the public relationship thing. It wasn't for me for so many different reasons. This is a boundary I'm setting. If you cannot respect that and you cannot respect us, I'm probably not gonna be very happy with you. That's really disrespectful. At the end of the day, I'm a human. I just think it's human decency. So I'm sure all of you guys are gonna be understanding and sweet and kind. Just in case, if you don't respect our privacy, that's really messed up. I won't be happy with you. Glad we talked about that. Now maybe my comments can go back to normal. I think my camera's dying.